Good morning children. Today we will study the second method, that is integrated rate law method. In this method we write the differential, because this is an integrated method, we write the differential equation for the rate expression. Because you know the rate, in the rate expression you can see here, in the rate expression the rate is equal to minus dA upon dt, which is a differential equation. So we write the differential equation, then we integrate it. That's why it is called as integrated rate law method. So now first I am giving you this is for the zero order reaction. You have to study here in the 12th class only zero and first order reaction. So this is for the zero order reaction. Zero order reactions are very rare, because the rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant. So very less example for it. Normally these reactions occur in the gaseous state and in the heterogeneous system. Heterogeneous system, when we use the catalyst in the form of solid state. For example, the dissociation of ammonia on the surface of the platinum metal, that is an example of zero order reaction. So for the zero order reaction, we can take one hypothetical equation, that is A changes to B. Here A is the reactant and B is the product. So now we can write here, when T is equal to 0, then the concentration of A is equal to 0. So and then the concentration of B is also 0, because the time is 0, there is no conversion of reactant into product, or reaction is not started now. So when we put T is equal to 0, then the concentration of A is represented as A0. Now after time T, the concentration of A will become A and the concentration of T will become B. At time t0, the concentration of A is A0 and then the concentration of B is 0, because the reaction is not started till now. So the concentration of the product will be taken as 0. Or you can say when the time t is equal to 0, then at this time there is only the concentration of the reactant but no product is formed. And after time t, that is t is equal to t, after time t, the concentration of A is A. You can take another variable A, T, C, T, whatever you want, you can take it. So I have taken here the concentration of A will become A. And at T0 the concentration will be A0. And then because in the rate law there is only the reactant molecule. So first we write the rate law expression for the zero order reaction. So here we can write the rate is equal to K into A to the power 0. Put A to the power 0, then it is equal to 1. Now we write the rate in terms of the differential equation. The rate is equal to minus dA upon dt is equal to K, where K is the specific rate constant. So now either you can take dt there, or you can multiply the equation by dt, then this dt will be cancelled or dt will come here. So either you can multiply it by dt, that means when we multiply it by dt both sides, then you will get the same expression. Okay? Or you can just transfer dt from to, either you can transpose it. So the minus dA is equal to k into dt, or you can say we are separating the variable. Now you get one differential equation. Now we will integrate it. So when you do the integration, then minus dA and then the k into dt, because k is constant, so we will take out k as k. For the constant, when you do the integration, then its value will be same, and for the dt is equal to t. And when you integrate dA, then its integration will be minus a. So because the minus sign is there, that is minus a is equal to k into t plus c, where c is called as integration constant. So we have to find out the value of the c, that is c is integration constant. integration constant. Now we have to find out the value of this integration constant. Now to find out the value of C, we can put t is equal to 0. When time is 0, and then the A will be equal to A0. From here you can see when the time is t, the concentration is A and t is equal to 0, then the concentration will be A0. So when we put t is equal to 0, then A is equal to A0. Then we can write C is equal to, now put this value into this equation. So the this is minus A is equal to KT into this term will become 0. And the A is equal to A0, then we can write C is equal to minus A0. So in this way we can determine the value of C and then put the value of C in this equation. So when you put the value of C in this equation, then you will get minus A is equal to KT minus A0. Now then you can write in this way also A0 minus A is equal to KT. Now rearrange this and then you write in terms of A is equal to minus KT plus A0. So now this is the equation of a straight line in the terms of y is equal to mx plus c. So this is the equation for the straight line. So when you plot, this is for the y and this is for the x. So you take on the y-axis the A, that is the concentration of the reactant, and on the x-axis we take the time required for it. Then because here the slope is negative, so the line will come from top to bottom or it will come downward, that is straight line. And then the slope of the line will be equal to minus k. So when we plot a graph, this is A versus t, then the slope of the line will be minus k. And this at time t, this is t, here we can write t is equal to 0. And here the concentration, when you put t is equal to 0, then the concentration will be equal to A0. So this shows the concentration of the reactant is A0. So there is a line, this is the equation for the line, and then you will get a straight line for the zero order reaction. So I am repeating. So we write the differential equation for the rate law, that is minus dA upon dt, and then you get k into dt, that is from here. So either you can multiply it or simply transpose it, both are same. So then we can write minus dA is equal to k into dt, then we can minus a is equal to kt plus c, that is after integration you will get the integration of minus a minus dA is minus a, then dt is 1 because we are differentiating with respect to time. So this is the differentiation with respect to time, so its value is t only. Clear? And then we can write c is called as integration constant. Then we put the value, we have to calculate the value of c. Now to calculate the value of c, we put t is equal to 0. And when we put t is equal to 0, then a is equal to a0. And then you place the value in this equation, t is 0, this term will be 0, and this a will be equal to a0, c is equal to minus a0. Now then we can write here, minus a is equal to kt minus a0. Now a0 minus a is equal to kt, either you can write in this form, and then you can rearrange it for the solving it, that is to draw the plot graph for this equation. So we can write a is equal to minus kt plus a0. So according to this is the equation of the straight line. So when we plot a graph, that is a versus t, then you will get a straight line. And then the slope of the line will be equal to k. Yes, now we'll see the next feature, that is the half-life period. Now we will define what is the meaning of half-life period. Half-life period is the time required for the conversion of half of the reactant into product. When half of the concentration of the reactant is converted into product, and for this conversion the time required is defined as the T-half, and that is also called as half-life period. So now we will calculate the half-life period for the first order reaction. Now we put the T is equal to T-half, because this is the time which is required for the conversion of half of the concentration of the reactant into product. So A is equal to A0 upon 2 because A0 is a concentration when the time is equal to T0. So for T0 the concentration is A0. After time T it is equal to T half. So we get T is equal to T half, then A is equal to A0 upon 2. Now this is the equation, already you know this is the equation for the zero order reaction. A is equal to minus Kt plus A0. Now we put the value, again you can transpose it here, A minus A0 is equal to minus Kt. Now we will write the value A is equal to A is equal to A0 upon 2. So now put this value here, A0 upon 2 minus A0 is equal to minus Kt half. Then we write A0 upon minus A0 upon 2 minus Kt half, then this minus sign will be cancelled, and then you will get T half is equal to A0 upon 2K. Now K is constant, 2 is also constant. Then we can say half-life period of zero order reaction is directly proportional to the molar concentration of the reactant, or the concentration at the time of the, when the time is 0, that is A0. Or this is the molar concentration of the reactant. When we plot, according to this equation, when you plot a graph, according to this equation, when you plot a graph A0 versus T half, then the slope of the line will be equal to 1 upon 2K. Now this is again the straight line, and then the slope of the line will be equal to 1 upon 2K. So this is all about the T half for the zero order reaction. So the T half is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant, and then put your value here. When you plot a graph T half versus A0, then you will get the straight line, and the slope of the line will be 2K. So this is the representation of T half of the zero order reaction. Now the example for the zero order reaction. The first example, you can write the decomposition of ammonia, that is given in your book also, the decomposition of ammonia. When ammonia decomposed in the presence of the platinum as a catalyst, that is on the surface of the platinum catalyst, then it is converted into nitrogen and hydrogen. So this is one of the example of zero order reaction. Actually, when we take the catalyst, and then the reaction will be take place at the surface of the catalyst. Now surface of the catalyst totally occupied by the ammonia, and when there is a formation of the product, there is no change, the molecules will not be leaving the surface of the catalyst. So that is an example of the zero order reaction. The second example, we can write the decomposition of hydrogen iodide in the presence of again catalyst, or then this is also a zero order reaction. The decomposition of HI is also an example of zero order reaction that also take place on the surface of the catalyst. Here we use the catalyst, and then it is converted into hydrogen plus iodine. That is the first example. This is the second example. The third example you can write here. The reaction between hydrogen and chlorine in the presence of sunlight, not in the dark. In the presence of sunlight, the energy can be written as the H nu. Then it will form the 2HCl, that is the photochemical reaction, and its reaction rate of reaction is very fast. So these three are the example of first order reaction.